Hey everybody! Welcome back to Graybeard Gaming. We have a new series on our hands. We are going to do a little role play. This is my second try doing this role play because the first time I did this, I had my microphone off. So we are going to start all over again. So, tragedy has struck. My father and my uncle and my grandfather went on a fishing trip to Canada in my uncle's float plane. Now, sadly, the float plane crashed in the wilderness and took the lives of all three. Now, my uncle, he was a bachelor, had no kids, and I was an only child of my father. He and my mother divorced long time ago, and my grandfather only had the two boys, and so I was the only person to inherit. Now, sadly for me, the inheritance was complicated. Basically, I walked away with enough money to have a small mortgage on my grandfather's property. This is in part due to the fact that my uncle failed to have proper maintenance done on his twin prop float plane, and when the FAA got done with its investigation, his estate was basically wiped out, and the inheritance that his portion of inheritance from my grandfather's estate was also wiped out due to fines that were discovered and levied out due to his lack of maintenance and the damage caused from this accident. Sadly, I was the only one punished for this. But be that as it may, we still are not in the worst shape of our lives. I was able to pay off most of my student loans. Grandpa's farm did not have a mortgage on it. It does have a little bit of equipment, but the equipment is old and it's kind of run down. So we're going to have to be careful. And so I also have to get the legal fees paid off through my attorney due to probate and the investigation. Probate was a little bit longer than normal, so it's been 24 months since their passing, and we are going to have an invoice upwards of $20,000 for legal fees and whatnot for all of this, and funeral costs for all three have also got to be taken care of, and that is part of the mortgage that I have against the property. But I think we'll be okay. We're just going to have to be a little bit stingy and see if we can't figure some things out. So, without any further ado, while we're here at the market area, because we're dropped off in no man's land, we are on the outskirts of a smallish town. I guess you could almost call it a village. Population less than 1,000. It's very agricultural and forestry driven. But we are going to check the local dealership here. This is the dealership, and they also do a lot of buying and selling of goods and consumables. So let's go ahead. We're just going to check to see what there is in sales, because you never know what we might want. They do actually have a fairly nice tractor in sales, and a rather nice field creator. Now, I mean, we have nothing that can pull that, but that is a nice little tractor, I have to say. But we're going to have to pass, because none of this stuff is stuff we're going to probably have any use for right now. I've not got any experience farming, so let's go ahead. This is This is the old truck of Grandpa's, and as you can see, it's been around. But what we'll do is we're going to gas it up. I hear there's a gas filling area over here on the other side. So yeah, let's go ahead and, I mean, at least the truck sounds good. It sounds like it's got a little bit of oomph in it. And so yeah, we're going to go ahead and now some of the money that I have, and I'm still waiting on the final paperwork and whatnot, but so some of the money that we do have, we have invested into a body camera, as well as a drone, just kind of document our experiences. We you know, at the very least, it could be for some great comic relief one day if we ever decide that we want to review it. So yeah, now as part of this, there's no farmers out there looking for help. I might be the only farmer out there looking for help, but it looks like we're coming up on our field here, or our farm. Looks like we've got a little shed. Looks like I mean, it's been a couple years, so since anything's been done here. So this farm has got a withered field, but we do have a couple of grain silos. We've got a little shed here. Oh, it's a little workshop. That's cool. So we'll be able to do some of our own work. And let's see what else we've got to our disposal. It looks like I see a tractor and maybe a trailer there in the other barn next to the really rundown shack. This shack might not be fit for human habitation. It's pretty dilapidated. It's been sitting for about 2 years now, and as you can see, I mean, it's definitely seen better days. So we're gonna have to take a quick peek inside and just to see what we can see. And ooh, it stinks in here. It is something rotten. So yeah, I think one of the first things we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take this thing and just knock it down, get it out of here. Yeah, it looks like we got a little weight here. We've got a cultivator, a plow, a harvester. I dread seeing what kind of wear and tear these pieces of equipment have, but and it also looks like we got a little seeder here with a little bit of seed in it. So I don't know if that seed's any good. We're gonna have to try it out this year. We might not have greatest of luck with it, but yeah, we'll have to make do with what we got. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick look at our financial situation right now. We do, because I forgot to do this at the beginning, so we're just going to take our loan right now. And so there we go. So we have a almost $35,000 loan, and that's fine. We'll just have to get by with that. So next thing we're going to have to do is my legal fees were waiting for me. Sadly, I have to pay those off, and those were $23,500. All right. Now, we had some other stuff that we had to take care of. We have to pay the back taxes on the property, which it's another $26,000 for the last couple of years, plus the year that Grandpa passed away. So it's 3 years of taxes that we're paying off right now. And as you can see, our money is quickly dwindling down. Now, we do have $85,000. We're not done with paying things right yet. We still have a couple of things. We have to settle with our creditors in town that Grandpa was buying feed and fertilizer on credit. We're going to have to take care of that yet. And that's not much, though. I mean, thankfully, Grandpa was doing okay, but, he did have some money. So, that's $5,700 more in expenditures. And now we're sitting at $79,000. Now, next thing we need to do is we can't live in this. We cannot live in this thing here. This has to go. So yeah, it's not something we can live in. And we are also going to have to find a place to live, at least for the foreseeable future. I mean, I don't think we have to have anything too comfy. But I think we should have something that is more fitting. And I think we're just going to go with this old Alright, so now we actually have a halfway decent place to lay our head. We've got this shed, which I don't love this thing. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot of good for us, but let's go ahead. We're going to get in this here whole stayer. And this is a beat up honka burning oil. Wow. I mean, this thing is just fugly. I'm sure it'll get the job done for us, but we need to do some repairs on it. I'm never gonna paint this thing, but all right, let's go ahead. We've got to do some figuring out, so let's go ahead and we're gonna probably head into town, because I cannot see us using this plow ever. Well, we'll keep the plow for now, but we're never going to use this cultivator. It's just, well, you know what? I'm never going to use that plow either. So we're just going to take these into town and see if we can't get some scrap value out of them. And if we can get something out of these, maybe we can, get a couple $100 out of them, and we will see if we can't figure out a way to survive. We do have a little bit of money left to our name, plus our loan, so hopefully we can get somewhere with this. So yeah, we're gonna head up to town, and we'll get these items sold. And while we're driving, maybe we can take in the sights, but I guess as long as I don't hit anything, I'm gonna peruse their online shop. So we're going to need a new cultivator, because I don't like this one. Alright, well, I haven't found what I'm looking for yet, but I guess what we'll do is we'll get these things fixed up and see how much we can get for them. I don't think they're worth painting, but they might be worth just cleaning them up and making sure that they are fully repaired. So let's go ahead and see how much that is gonna cost us today. I should not have repaired that at all. So we're just going to sell them. Alright, so, I mean, we basically broke even because we should never have repaired that. Alright, well, that tells us that we're starting off on the wrong foot. Let's go ahead, let's get ourselves a new cultivator so we can go and get something figured out for that field. I'm kind of leaning towards this, just 3.2 meters. This one here's 4. I mean, we're just trying to create a seed bed anyways. I mean, 1,500, that's not bad. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one here, 1,500. And we'll call that good. So yeah, let's go ahead and buy this one. Alright, now we need to get a plow. Let's see what we can find for a plow. Oh, I'm looking for something of a chisel variety. And this case is just too big for this current tractor. I think we're going to go with this guy here. It'll get the job done for us. All right, so let's go ahead and pick these up. We'll head back over to our farm, and I guess we'll get that field cultivated. Now, would we have been better off just purchasing a something to just for the basics? Yeah, probably. But you know, we would have been fine if we had kept the ones we had, but I think I'd be fixing them all the time. They were just too beat up.
Dad, Henry is not making beautiful perfect God.
Had to bring my family out on the farm. I figured a couple years, that's free labor, you know. But it was nice to get a fresh start. That's what I'm telling myself, at least. So some of the things we're gonna need, I just haven't figured it out. So much going on in my head. I just feel like we're taking things a day at a time, but we do need to do some work, get this place cleaned up, and figure out our lives. Also looks like we've got a water tower. I missed that the first time through. And yeah, I don't know what all else we've got, but I think I'm going to drop the plow off here. And I'll turn around and pick up this here chisel, or I'm sorry, this harrower. We're just going to create a seed bed. We've got some work to do to get this place up and going. Let's take a quick look at the calendar. I don't even know what I could plant right now. It looks like we could plant some canola, but I hear that chickens need barley as a feed, and that's the soonest item we could harvest. So let's go with getting this ready for barley. It doesn't look like I get to plant it till next month though. Otherwise it will be too dry and will not properly germinate. It's too bad that these fields had gone withered. So guys, I don't know what to do. What do you think we should do? I'm trying to document this as we go, but I mean, I'm really at a loss. I'm just playing in the field right now. I mean, I don't know if I should get animals or if I should just do crops, if I should do productions. I mean, it's tough to say. But I've nearly got this whole field cultivated. About the only thing I know I'm going to do is I'm going to plant some barley, because I don't know what else to do. I should look into the rest of my property and see if there's something that makes sense. I do see that I have quite a bit of standing timber. I could probably always cut some of that and sell it. But then there's the question of how do I get it on the, how do I load it? How do I do things with it? in order to get it sold. So I don't have any way of loading it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what we've got going on here. So I think we make an outline for a second field. Just something really basic and small. Yeah. I think that's a sensible plan, right? Right? Yeah. And I'm not going to do anything big. I'm actually going to do it right here. Just a tiny little plot to, you know, use as some feed. Maybe. I don't know. It might not even be worth doing. I might only get 1,000 liters off of this. Okay guys, I'm going to finish plowing this field, and I guess we will see you guys next time on Tragedy Strikes. Have a good one, you guys. We'll finish this up off camera.